Playing here today for Team South in the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As Blake Kendall takes off himself. And look at Blake Kendall escape out of that, and somehow Blake Kendall will be the quarterback now for Team South. Thrown ball here by Kendall, and a nice job. You got a guy like Blake Kendall really like as this kid.
I can't really think of my journey going any different way now that I look back at it.
Touchdown to Matha. Kendall completes the touchdown, and what a comeback story for that young man.
I had a lot of different crazy turns, but I'm truly grateful for all those experiences. Well, I actually started out of high school 5 minutes from my house, Wellington High School, big public high school. I won the starting varsity job as a freshman, so that was definitely cool. I mean, it's a big 8A school in South Florida, around 4,000 kids there, and to be a freshman and be the starting quarterback was a very cool experience. I will say though, we were not the best team. I think we went like 3-8 my sophomore year. After the season, I kind of realized like I didn't really feel like anyone was necessarily bettering me, and I ended up transferring to Cardinal Gibbons, which is in Fort Lauderdale. I'm from West Palm Beach, so it's about an hour from where I live. During the weeks, I would actually live with my grandparents, so I would drive down there, stay with them for the weeks, and really only see my parents and my siblings on the weekends. It was a great experience. I played that first spring and had a good spring, learned a lot of football. Something just didn't feel right. I didn't really necessarily feel going into my senior year that I was going to get all the opportunity that I wanted once again. And, the Lord kind of answered my prayers. And during that summer, I was at a bunch of camps trying to get recruited. Lucky enough, I actually got recruited to a high school, which is not always kind of what happens. And had an Instagram direct message one day from DeMatha Catholic Football, and I was like, wow, this is a pretty big program. Like, I remember Chase Young going here, and they needed a quarterback, and I went up there and saw the school, and I told my dad, I was with him, I was like, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna get an opportunity, and I'm gonna make my dreams come true. I'm gonna be a Division I college football player.
Kendall will throw, looks to the flat, pumps, now throws, pass caught by Pasek, and he makes a sneak ahead. Kendall is in for the touchdown.
Carried over once I got to JMU, obviously, came here as a walk-on. Felt like I had something to prove, and I still have something to prove. So I'm the oldest of three. Both my parents were college athletes. My dad played quarterback at Yale, so those are some pretty big shoes to follow. But my mom was also probably even better athlete. She was the senior captain of the soccer team at Auburn. I'm blessed with the opportunity to be an older sibling. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. It's you got two younger people in my case that are looking up to me, and they're kind of looking at everything I do, whether that wasn't in the classroom or that was on the field. My younger brother is a very good golfer. When I was in high school, he got diagnosed with a pretty rare kidney disease. That shook my family up quite a bit and kind of took him away from some of the sports that he loved. Kind of had to shift to something that was less contact oriented. That got him into golf, and that's been cool because it's created a different bond with me and him and my father. It's kind of a hobby for us, but for him that's his life and he loves it. Then my younger sister is following my mom's footsteps, and she's a great soccer player. I would say she definitely tries to take after me. Is very OCD and works extremely hard in the classroom, and wants to do everything to 100%. I'm thankful that I've had that outcome for them. But most importantly, I kind of want them to follow my footsteps with faith. I think, I try to take pride and 100% every single day, try to get in the Word, and I think that's something that I want them to do. And even my parents, I, try to help them along this journey because we're all in this together. So it was really just about me putting in the work. Started young, started with baseball, football, playing for, big time travel teams with guys who are in the major leagues now. When it comes to baseball, playing up 2 age groups. And then in football, trying to find the best talent around, and that carried over once I got to high school, trying to, find better competition because I knew what I'd be facing once I got to this level. And I really wanted to prepare myself, and, I wanted to see, how good I could really be. I mean, I obviously had the opportunity at DeMatha. I mean, I was the starting quarterback going into the season. dapping guys up around school, like, oh, there's a starting quarterback, like all this stuff, super excited. Everything was great. I was loving it, felt like the best I had ever felt. Felt like I was gonna, set the country on fire, and I think the Lord kind of humbled me a little bit. I was kind of on my high horse and got to that first game, and the second drive of the game had a quarterback run, got tackled a little awkwardly, looked down at my foot, and it was turned backwards. That was kind of a big, major adversity for the first time. For me personally, I had never really had an injury that serious before, fracture dislocation in my ankle. And everyone was kind of telling me, like, look, the senior year, you're pretty much done. And at that point, a lot of schools stopped talking to me. I kind of lost all my recruitment. I'll never forget my head coach at DeMatha after I got hurt. The first thing that he made me do is address the team. And it was like I couldn't even get a word out, like I was bawling my eyes out. That's kind of when I really started to have a serious connection with the Lord. And I think I was raised in a Christian household, but I think for you to, have a relationship with Jesus Christ is really for only you to decide. And I think it was that point that I decided that I was going to have one. I think me figuring out that faith is the most important thing in my life has kind of helped shape what I see as important on a daily basis. Shapes how I treat people, how I go about everything I do, and where I put my priorities. And at that point, I started working harder than ever to recover from the injury, and I ended up coming back, way sooner than anyone would have expected. I ended up playing again within the same season.
Second down, Kendall looking, has a man complete. Touchdown to Matha. Kendall completes the touchdown, and what a comeback story for that young man.
Congratulations and welcome back, Blake Kendall. Just got to feel good for that young man, really do.
Threw a touchdown in my first game back. I definitely wasn't as mobile as I would have liked to be, but it taught me that I was really capable with God of kind of overcoming anything, and it put major trust into Him in my life. Once again, though, I didn't really have enough opportunity to prove myself. Only played the last 2 games really there after coming back from the injury. It was kind of in the cards for me to come back to Florida just to graduate for that second semester, but I kind of felt it on my heart that I needed to stay up there and finish something so great. I love the school, and I'm so thankful to have a high school degree from there. So I ended up sticking around, played baseball my second semester, which I hadn't done in 2 years. And what ended up happening was my head coach for the baseball team had a good connection with JMU's pitching coach at the time, and we started to build a relationship, and they liked me and wanted me on the baseball team. And I was like, listen, football is really what I love to do. And I had just played in a big all-star game kind of for high school, the Blue-Gray All-American game down in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium.
Inside the game, Blake Kendall back to throw, steps up into the pocket, fires a strike.
And I actually won MVP, and that was kind of like the film that I needed. So sent it over to the baseball coaches, they sent it to the football coaches, and they were like, wait, this kid can still play. It was a little bit late in the recruiting process, but I was blessed enough for them, to come and offer a preferred walk-on to me. And I came here, visited, and on the drive home, I told my parents, like, this is where I want to go. At that point, I wasn't sure if I was going to play football and baseball. Obviously now, I know that I only played football, but I've loved every single second of it, and I can't really think of my journey going any different way. Once you go through these highs and lows, and you got, different friend groups, and you got different relationships, you find out what really matters to you.
3rd and 2, Blake Kendall. Here's a quarterback zone run, and he will battle for yardage, and I think he's got it.
Now, it's not even about me, getting better at football. I know that's what I'm trying to do, but it's honestly about, showing people that when they commit to the Lord, if you're working hard, good things are gonna come, And you know, that's kind of been my way of showing stuff. I think how hard I work, whether it be in the weight room, whether it be at practice. I mean, I'm still able to play ball at practice. Might not be the guy starting on Saturday every week, but you know, I'm able to show off and you know, still show that I'm a football player. And I think guys gain respect from that and just see how much I love it and how much I put into it. I'm blessed with the opportunities and experiences that I had in high school, and they definitely shaped me and then allowed me to come here kind of like one step ahead of everybody, kind of already being prepared to live away from family, prepared to deal with adversity, which I've obviously dealt with here. And but I'm truly grateful for all those experiences.